I have Ewurama Kakraba in the house. She is a member of the Women in Sports Network, and they are having a seminar later today to throw more light on the subject, sexual harassment and abuse in sports. Ewurama, good to have you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
And happy International Women's Day.
Thank you.
I know you guys, it's your day, so what exactly are you doing today?
Yes, so as you said, I'm a member of the Women in Sports Network, Ghana, and we are a network of women working in the sports industry who want to use football or sports as a tool for social change and inclusion and to add value to the lives of women and girls in sport. So today we are taking off our first in the Enlighten series, which is more about public education to girls. So the first is a webinar on sexual harassment and abuse. So to throw more light on the issue and to give girls and women, the support where they can find help, who to go to, what they need to do when they are faced with this kind of issue.
Now let's look at this subject because there are two things. It's a subject people try to push down the carpet because like you are going to open the Pandora box.
Yes.
In your research, how real is this in the Ghanaian sports industry?
Well, I can't really speak to how real it is in the Ghanaian sports industry, but it's a very prevalent social issue. I mean, if you look all over the world, according to the UN, about 35% of women and girls worldwide have experienced physical or sexual abuse in some form. And 15 million girls between the ages of 15 and 19 have experienced forced sex at some point in their lives. And only less than 40% of those who have experienced it actually seek help. And that doesn't even account for whether they actually get the help that they need. And when it comes to sports, this issue is very prevalent because I think last year or so, news broke that the Afghanistan women's national team, they brought allegations of sexual abuse and harassment against their federation head, and it turned out to be really gruesome. I mean, if you read the things that came out, it was very bad. And I'm sure all over the world it's happening, even in Ghana it happens. But often, a lot of the girls, a lot of the women, because they don't want to lose their spot in the team or lose an opportunity, they don't know how to speak out. They are not empowered, as it were, to come out and seek for the help because a lot of the perpetrators they are in positions of power. So if you have power over someone and the person doesn't have any avenue to, advocate for themselves or agency to seek help, then it's often swept under the rug.
Okay, so there is this poster you guys did, and then it's trending. Everybody's talking about it, and it's like people are excited. So if I ask you the venue you're having this, let's look at this poster again. Maybe on social media you've seen this particular post that they did this one, and they are saying that WISNET they're doing the Enlightenment Seminar Series. So the subject here is what we're talking about, and the key speaker is Mrs. Paulina Louisa Isel.
Yes.
Is she the only one?
No, she's not. She's not the only one. We have others as well. We have a doctor who will be speaking as well as others. I don't want to give too much.
The venue, you said a media center across.
Yes, but also online, virtually. In this day and age, everything is done pretty much virtually. So we will be streaming it on Zoom. The link will be shared on our social media platform, so people can just log in and join us.
So it's a 2-hour or a 3-hour seminar.
2 hour from 10 o'clock.
Can you really exhaust this subject?
You cannot. You can't even do that in a day. And what we're doing, which is more about the help that girls or women can seek, is just one aspect, because the other aspect is that, if you get the help, will the help actually do something? There are a lot of things involved. The men who perpetrate this, how can we educate men and boys to be more aware of the issue, to, call out, friends. Sometimes a lot of guys make I don't want to say rapist comments, and then people just brush it off. Oh, it's just
so the comments are part of the abuse.
Yes, it's part of the abuse.
We can't, the fun we've been having where we see girls and
yes, it's all parts. So that's also another area that has to be tackled. So this is just one facet of it that we are looking at today.
So the focus will be more on whether you can get answers to when we are being abused, or you can get an avenue where you can go and be heard.
Yes.
That's where you want to focus on.
Yes. Because a lot of people don't know, even if I were to be sexually harassed or assaulted now, I really don't know where I would go to, who to talk to, who I know would, a place where I know I can be heard, So that's what we are trying to do.
So meaning there are avenues for such. And so you are coming to open their minds and ears and everybody, the awareness, create the awareness that indeed when you go through such challenges, you can come here but
exactly.
How free can this be in terms of the seminar? You come for free?
Oh yes, the seminar is totally free.
Okay.
Yes.
And so through the avenues that you guys have exploited and seen that, okay, when you come here you can seek redress or you can get support from it. Is that free? For instance, I've been abused and I want somebody to listen to me and see if I can be compensated for that or get the person punished so that the person will not go and then replicate the same thing to somebody else. Is it that free, or unless you get there before you know?
I think the avenues are a lot. You can go seek medical help, you can seek psychological help, legal help even, and I'm sure some of them could come at a free cost. Some would have other costs attached to it. So everybody should just tune in and find out.
So at the end of the day, when you do this, what are you really seeking to do? Just to create the awareness, or just to empower ladies or men to come out and say, okay, I suspect that this thing you did to me 10 years ago was an abuse, so I am going back to dig into the past and then get some compensation. Which one?
Well, I think, like you said, number one, their awareness. If you bring an issue to the fore, people are aware, people go to look for more information on it, and then secondly, you look towards what you can do to tackle the issue. Like I said, this is a multifaceted thing. The help that we're looking at today is just one aspect. So policy, medical aid, some legal aid, all of that start coming up, and then you have conversations with other people, stakeholders who are the women, some survivors, we don't say victims anymore. Some survivors, people doctors, medical professionals who deal with survivors, how they can all help and then move on and tackle the issue at large.
So can you share the link with us so those who cannot make it to the Accra Sports Stadium can just link up after this program and see in the next 2 hours the program is starting, or 3 hours, they can be at the comfort of their home and just follow you, because it is a critical subject.
Yes, well, I can't mention the
you can't mention
the link, but it will be on our social media platform. So we are on Facebook at GH Women in Sports Network.
GH Women in Sports Network.
Yes, and on Twitter at WISNET GH.
Okay, so we'll get a poster again and then look at it critically so you can join the discussion or listen to the seminar again on this particular one. So WISNET, Women in Sports Network. So you said on Facebook it is GH Women in Sports Network.
Yes.
When you go there, you can follow the link, and also you can get it on Twitter.
Yes.
So it's WISNET GH.
Yes.
On Twitter. When you go there, you get it.
You will get it.
Start following it, and then also contributing. Probably it might be good, and please just join if you are home. Just join and start from 10 a.m.
Yes,
to 12.
from 10 a.m. Yes.
So please make a date. Let's enjoy this. It's International Women's Day. Let's see how we can make the society more livelier and let everybody enjoy his or her rights.
Yes, exactly.
Because it's sports time. Okay, so Ewurama, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Let me relieve you so you can really go and do your backroom stuff that you do. So Filipina Frimpong, I know you're doing the watching, and the rest of the team at Women in Sports Network, thank you for the good work. Continue doing it, and we'll link up later. When I come back, we'll be talking about some highlight. Remember, the satellites are back home with the trophy. They didn't leave it in Mauritania. They brought it back. And so George will join me here for us to look at their exploits and whether indeed they deserve some call up into the senior national team, or we should keep this team and do blah blah blah. And then we'll look at some highlights. House of Folk scored 4 when their new coach came on board. 4. And then Kotoko lost by a goal to 0 to bottom struggling Elmina Sharks. What really does this mean? And Barca won Madrid, and Manchester City United fans are very, very excited because they claim the unbeaten run has been stopped. So they've won the league. When we come back, we'll be talking about those issues. Thank you very much, Ewurama, once again. We will return same time in HFE.